So my name's Emma France and I am a Somerset Supported Employment Coordinator.
My name is Nikki Blackwell and I'm an Apprenticeship and Skills Advisor.
So we just wanted to have a chat today together to give you some information about supported employment. And often when we talk about supported employment, we're not quite sure what that means. So when we're talking about supported employment for young people with special educational needs, disabilities, we're talking about the steps and the processes towards the flight path to work. So it's kind of like an umbrella over lots of different programs and activities around steps towards work. So that could be starting off very simply with experiences of work, which could be a work experience, which could be meeting employers, going and doing visits, having employers come into the school, and to kind of build that understanding of that you have a place in the world of work. And then to progress from that, there are particular courses and programs, and that's why Nikki's here to be able to give us a little bit more information about those things. So supported employment is that kind of umbrella, as I said, that sits over the top. And Nikki's going to tell us a little bit about traineeships and apprenticeships. So we must know about traineeships and apprenticeships and heard about them before, but this is supported traineeships and supported apprenticeships. So Nikki's going to give us a bit more info.
Hi, okay, thank you. Traineeships and apprenticeships are both pre-employment programs in a way. A traineeship is an unpaid program and it's designed to help build your confidence in the workplace and to sort of get those those routines in place in the workplace. It can be anything from sort of 6 weeks up to about 12 months typically, and you can do a whole host of different traineeships, different subjects in a traineeship. So that's a traineeship. They can lead very nicely onto a number of different pathways, so it can take you into an apprenticeship or paid employment. You don't have to go on to an apprenticeship after that traineeship. Then we go on to apprenticeships, and apprenticeships are slightly different. They are a paid employment, so it is you do have a contract of employment and you are paid a salary and you have terms and conditions like every other employee that works for that company. You, depending on the level of the and the subject that you're studying, it can take anything sort of from 12 months up to sort of 2 or 3 years to complete that apprenticeship. And like I said, there's a whole host of subjects that you can do an apprenticeship in. And the beauty of the supported traineeships and apprenticeships is, for those people that maybe feel that those programs have been inaccessible in the past for them because of learning difficulties or whatever those disabilities are. These supported employment programs, the supported traineeships and the supported apprenticeships are there for them with that added support, if you like.
Absolutely.
Really, for one of it, yeah.
And what would you say is the difference? So if we think about an apprenticeship, what's the difference between an apprenticeship and a supported apprenticeship? So how does it kind of look different?
In terms of the actual being in the workplace, really, they'll have what sort of we call a job coach. So they'll be allocated a job coach who will work with that young person or that apprentice to sort of support them in the workplace. So they'll learn the job role and then help that sort of apprentice learn the job role with them as well. So they're there to guide them and support them as little or as much as they need in the workplace, really, until they're ready to sort of start doing that independently. So that support is key. Absolutely.
Yeah, amazing. Key. And I think that is absolutely, as you quite rightly said, that is the key part. And also those job coaches can then work with them moving forward. So after perhaps finishing a traineeship or an apprenticeship, about that ongoing support, about looking at next steps. So absolutely. As you said, it could be going on to another apprenticeship could be going on to an apprenticeship, or it could be going into work. That they're still there to be able to continue that ongoing support.
Definitely.
And those that side of support is funded through Access to Work. And Access to Work is funding that is drawn down from the DWP, so the Department for Work and Pensions. It's a really quite simple way of applying for support, financial support, to be able to access that additional support in work, which can go on to when you're also working as well, and you kind of have a personal budget that works with the employer and works with the young person to be able to meet their needs in the workplace and to be able to have that ongoing support. Some programs and traineeships that are set up or supported apprenticeships are set up, they'll kind of do the access to work bit as part of the training package to be able to support you through that. And that's often the case with other supported employment programs and support networks. So somewhere like in Somerset, we have Discovery, who are a job coach team, and they can support you through that kind of application process.
I think it's important to talk about the other support that's available as well. So
Yeah.
obviously not just the job coach, you've got things like travel training, reasonable adjustments in the workplace that you can help with, as long as it's not something that the employer should be doing as, you know, sort of legally responsible to do anyway. So there's all sorts of other things available other than just the job coach.
Absolutely, and it will work in different localities and different local authorities, but very similar. I know in Somerset we have travel training that is offered to young people when they're at school, and also onwardly as they move through their adult life out to work, that there is that training, travel training that is available. So yeah, really key, those other elements of support is really vital to be able to. We spoke to some young people and kind of got their opinion about what are the things that help them or has helped them get into work. One of the key things is to become independent travellers. So that is something that sometimes we take for granted, that's a really key part for somebody, not only to be able to get to work, but to be able to actually prepare for their adult life and to become as independent as possible. Brilliant, thank you.
And you've some of the employers that you're working with as well, can you maybe sort of just...
Yeah, so we've been really lucky in the last 18 months in Somerset to be able to work with some fantastic employers who have developed programmes. One of them is Avon and Somerset Police. So they are starting a traineeship which starts in September 2022. And that's for 10 young people to be able to do a range of really exciting things with Avon and Somerset Constabulary. So in the forensics team, working with the horses, working with dog handling, and to be able to do a 12-month programme where they'll be able to develop their skills and understanding of the world of work, but also to learn some real exciting skills with the hope that will be a possibility of work for them within the constabulary. And if not, really amazing transferable skills that they'll now be able to move forward into other elements of work in the future. So Discovery are the job coaching team that are supporting that, which is fantastic. So they will obviously do that ongoing support for them into their steps beyond the constabulary if they're not employed by the constabulary at the end of the programme. And then the training provider that is offering the educational side of it is CTech Outsource. So they are a training provider who are providing all the education side of stuff. So exciting things. We've also got Hinkley Point C, so the nuclear power site, which is incredible. So they again are offering a traineeship for September 2022 for 10 young people with special educational needs and disabilities. That's a 10-week programme, but again they're doing all sorts of stuff right across the site, and for some of the contractors that sourced the site. So loads of different things from kind of groundwork to catering facilities, admin. So some really exciting opportunities. And Hinkley Point C has done a traineeship in the past, and there are still members of that original traineeship programs that are employed still at Hinkley.
What an amazing story.
Yeah, so we're really excited about what that means next. So yeah, some really exciting things for our young people in Somerset, and to give them that real ground and stepping stones to moving forward. So yeah, we're really proud of what's happening.
So you should be. No, it's really good, really good.
Thanks so much for joining me today, Nikki, to talk about supported employment.
You're welcome.
If you'd like some more information, there's some information across the bottom of the screen for you. And please go and check out our Families Guide, where there is some more comprehensive information about all the things that we've talked about and so much more. Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.